Hey guys, it's Laurel. Welcome back, or welcome to. This is my floss tube about cross stitch and quilting. If you are new, I appreciate you being here. If you are returning, I appreciate you too. Today is Saturday, July 22nd. It has been 3 weeks since I filmed a video. Last week would have been my normal filming week, but we went out for my husband's birthday and spent the day together, so I could have squeezed a video in, but I'd said in the last video, we describe it in our house as just being blah. You don't feel bad, but you don't feel good. You're not happy, but you're not sad. You're just blah. So I kind of had a case of the blahs, and instead of trying to squeeze a video in, I just took the time to do some stitching and just kind of had some relaxing time and got some things accomplished and feel good about it. So I figured nobody would be mad at me. So I'm back today and I have a lot of stuff to show you. Before I start, I do want to mention a couple things because I'm afraid I will forget if I don't say them right in the beginning. I'm not going to do life updates or anything because I'll get all mushy, and I don't want to be mushy today. I want to be happy today. So, but I have a couple things to mention, and then we'll jump into some finishes because I have a lot of finishes. First thing I want to mention, new floss tuber, and I'm sure if you have watched any floss tube over the last 2 weeks, you've heard somebody mention her. So Tattered, that is her floss tube name and her Instagram name. She is fabulous. So if you have not watched her yet, you should go watch her. I was watching Pumpkin Hollow Quilts this morning. She shouted her out, and she actually is, the two of them are stitching the same piece. They were in contact, and they're stitching a Plum Street sampler, so I'm sure a lot of people will jump on board with that. Second thing, Annie, Proper Stitcher. Again, I'm sure if you have been on social media or watched any floss tube, you have seen she has now started designing. She has 4 releases. Oh my goodness, is all I can say. So if you have not watched her video this week, you need to go over there and watch that. She has them available on her Etsy site. You can download them immediately, and there are a group of people. I don't know who initiated it, but I know Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo, and I think Jessica Sweetwater. They're all doing a stitch along where you pick one of Annie's charts to stitch. So I'm looking at those. I want all of them, but I should not buy all of them at one time. So I'm looking to see, maybe I'll jump on board with that one. But you need to go watch that for sure. And then third thing, last week, maybe, I don't know, I lose track of my time, but again, the Fanciful Flamingo, Alicia, she is hosting a retreat, and she has retreat information up. My friend Pam is a good friend of hers, and she said it's going to be amazing, and I'm super excited for her and for everybody that gets to go. I did ask my husband, I was like, so, vacation 2024, you want to go to Florida? I don't know if he found the humor in it that I did, but anyway, so go check those ladies out. So Tattered, the Fanciful Flamingo, and Annie, the Proper Stitcher, so that you can get the information on all those things. If you haven't already seen it, I'm sure you probably already have, but I feel like I just want to share the news to anybody that might have missed it. Also, I want to say thank you to Chris the Camping Stitcher for mentioning me in her video. I did get a few subscribers due to her mention, so Chris, I appreciate that very much, and I do appreciate the new subscribers that have come. Welcome, and I hope you like what you see. I would like also, as always, to ask if you do like what you see, give me a thumbs up down below. If you're interested in subscribing, I would love to have you as a subscriber to my channel. Also, Pages and Stitches had mentioned me. I don't think I've filmed a video since she did, so again, thank you very much. She is fantastic. She is a cross stitcher and a quilter, and she separates those into separate videos, and I love her stuff. She gets a lot of stuff done. So if you haven't seen her, you definitely need to go watch her. Okay, so I'm going to jump in. I feel like I have a lot of stuff to show you, but sometimes when I feel like it's a lot, it's a super quick video. So we'll just see where we go. So I'm going to start with, I have 2, maybe 1.5, like fully finished objects. So I just want to say, I had said in the last couple of videos, I was really happy with who I was using for framing. The prices were comparable. They do a great job. They do a great job, but their prices have gone up. So I'm a little bummed about that. So I took a couple pieces in to have them framed. One, I had them go ahead and frame, and I paid more than what I wanted to, but I'm very, very happy with the results. So I'm going to show you that one next. This one I took just to see, because I'm like, it's little. It shouldn't be very much. They wanted $80. $80 to frame this. And I said, no. So I went and, so I'm at the store. I was at Hobby Lobby. And I understand the people at the store, they have no control over what corporate sets the prices or whatever. But I was like, you know, I just can't spend $80 to get this frame. So I looked up on 123 Stitch, saw what floss colors were in it, went to the cross stitch section, got a skein of the floss, went to the frame section, and just bought a pre-made frame that matched one of the colors. So this is Lori Holt, You're the Boss of Your Own Quilt. And it is, of course, glary, but I can't, ooh, that's super glary. I can't do no glass because of the Huskies. Now this one isn't laced or anything yet. I just stuck it in here to see if the spacing was going to bother me. So it's just kind of been sitting in here in this frame. And the spacing's fine with me. So this was, I don't know, I took the sticker off. I maybe paid $8 for this versus $80. I love the stitch, but I just couldn't pay $80 to have this frame. So, again, I'm sorry, I'm right in front of my window, so it glares. So, Lori Holt, You Are the Boss of Your Own Quilt. And I'll put a picture of this on my Instagram too, because I know it's a little bit glary, and I'm sorry. Okay, next piece. Now, this one I did have framed there, and one of the, I think two things contributed to the change in cost. It was a little more for the lacing, or the, I think they pin, for the stretching of this one, maybe because it's a little bit bigger, and they did away with one of their options of glass. I normally do the anti-glare, which is somewhere between regular glass and museum glass, or they call it something else. I can't think of the name, but they did away with that middle version. So I don't want regular glass on. So if I'm going to pay to have something framed, I do want the nicer glass. So I did get this one framed, and I'm very, very happy with this one. This is Love Sampler by Artful Offerings. And again, sorry for the glare, but I will again put a picture on my Instagram. I love this piece. It is so pretty. I'm sorry. This is stitched on a piece of 25 count Lugana. It was a gray hue, and I coffee tea dyed it. And I used, the pattern called for 2 colors, but I used Cranberry, I think by Gentle Arts. I'm not 100% sure. It's in one of my last videos where I've been working on it. But I'm very pleased with how that one turned out. And it is actually hanging on my wall. My husband, I don't know if I've mentioned this in a video, he is very, very not about hanging pictures on the wall. He very much likes a nice, clean, stark, empty wall. So it's kind of a joke in our house that I don't even know why we have stuff framed, because it's never going to make it to the wall. But he has, over the last, I don't know, 2 months, he's hung up 3 pictures. 3 pictures. Like in here, he doesn't care because this is just my room. This picture right here, we bought it at Hobby Lobby, and I was like, oh, because this is where a quilt was hanging with command strips, and the command strip won't come down. So I was like, I'll just hang a picture of it, it'll be fine. So we bought a picture and hung up there. But he did hang this one as soon as I unwrapped it, and he also hung The Winter Is Past by Blackbird, which I love. That is a beautiful piece. And that was in a video several videos back, and it's on my Instagram also. Okay, sorry. I didn't have enough room up here on I say my table, it's my ironing board, but I didn't have enough room up there for everything. Okay, so next I'm going to show you my whips. I do have some other finishes, but they're on the bottom of my pile, so I'm just going to start with whips since they're on the top. I'm going to show you my 2 whip go pieces. There were 3 numbers drawn this last time for whip go. One of the pieces I had as a focus piece, and I already finished it, so I only had 2 to work on. And if you're new, my whip go, I give at least an hour on it is what I'm doing, because I'm trying to touch all my old whips. That's my goal for using whip go. I want to use all my old touch all my old whips just to make sure I still love them. Now, when I got these out, there were 2 that I went ahead and retired. They had very small starts, and I don't like, it was either the fabric or the floss or the combination of the 2 that I didn't care for. I do love both the charts, and I will restart them at some point. This is Serendipity. It's the cross stitch piece, Make-A-Wish for Fat Quarter Shop that was, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3, I don't know. I did do the quilt, not in these colors, and I showed that in a previous video. And I said when I got this out in the last video, I was like, I don't know why I haven't done any more. I absolutely know why I haven't done any more. So I finished this one since last time, and I did this, and it took forever. This fabric is super, super stiff, and I like a stiff fabric. Well, I mean, I like a soft fabric too. I'm not real picky about the firmness of my fabric, but this one is so stiff that it's like hard to pull the floss through, and it's Weeks Dye Work floss, so it's good floss. So I just need to, you know, soften this up a little bit, work it a little bit more before, which I will still finish. I mean, I do like it. It's just very, not fun to stitch it right now. So it'll go away for a little bit, and I'll get it out at some point. The next piece is Hands to Work by Little House Needleworks. This is one I had started, I said in a previous mania. All I had done were the words hands to. I don't really have a whole lot more done, but I did get a little bit of the house and got some work in. So this is on a 28 count Monaco, and it's kind of a, I don't know, it seems to be a little bit tighter than the other Monaco I have, but maybe my eyes were just tired too, because, you know, that does play a factor. The next whip is my Sunday Stitch, Though He Seemeth Sleeping by Lucy Beam. Apparently I was sleeping because I didn't know this existed, and I did see it on Antique Needleworkers. One of the girls had bought it. I do not know, I haven't seen their last couple videos. I don't know if she started it yet, or I need to go like stalk their Instagram and see, because I think they both have it, but I need to stalk their Instagram and see if they've started it. But my friend Pam is doing this also. I am doing mine on a piece of 28 count Silver Fox by Fiber on a Whim. And I love it. It is a lot of colors, and I'm okay with it. It's very different than the other samplers that I've stitched. So I've worked on this 3 Sundays, 4 Sundays maybe, I don't know. But I kind of worked down so I can start the verse, because I really like the verse that's on it. So, and that does make me want to get back into my samplers. Like, I'm missing doing some sampler stitching, so I'm going to be going through my stuff and seeing about some sampler starts. I know there's several floss tubers that were doing like they weren't doing any new starts like from August through December or something, so they started a whole bunch like beforehand, and I'm like, oh, I want to start a bunch of stuff. And now I've finished a few things, so I really want to start some stuff. Sorry, I'd forgotten to put something in my pile, but I see it over there, so I can get to it. Okay, so finishes. So I was stitching this piece right here. You've seen it for several videos out of Broad Stripes and Bright Stars by Teresa Kogut, because she does Americana the most beautiful way ever. So this is the one I was stitching. This is on 36 count Aztec Red by Weeks Dye Works. My friend Pam told me that I can do this, and she sent me some fabric, and I did it. So I'm very happy. Again, I've said that a few times already. Very happy with how this one turned out. I don't know. I'll probably finish a pillow. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But I really, 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 really like doing this. I love this flower. The blues in it. I did not use all the called for. I kind of pulled my own colors. Just because I wanted to start it. We had a day that we were going to start it together. And I just pulled from the colors I had. And it turned out good. I like it. Okay, the next piece I finished is my cross-stitch camp piece for July for Colorado cross stitcher Sherry. This is Favorite Font Sampler by Plum Street Samplers. I said in the last video that when I was in high school, we used this to learn to write cursive. I did learn to write cursive in elementary school and not high school. I don't know what I was thinking. But I love this one. And I couldn't remember where I'd first seen it, but it dawned on me. Jen with Quirks and Stitches that does 24 hours of cross stitch. She did this as one of her pieces when she did like 222 starts one year or something like insane. But I was like, ooh. So I went back and looked. She finished hers in like a couple days. So I was like, I should be able to do this. So I did finish it. It is on a remnant piece of, I'm pretty sure it's 28 count Oaken Lugana by Picture This Plus. The fox is the called for DMC, the trees are the called for DMC, and the words are like one number off because I didn't have the original one. Isn't it cute, the little fox? So I like that one. I actually did the first row. I'm sorry, I don't know why my nose always itches when I do a floss tube. The first row I did all in one night, just sitting. I don't know what was going on, but I had some stitching time. The next row, I literally did like one word like every day. And then I had another night of like some extra stitchy time, and I finished the bottom. But I really like that. And I don't know, I might try to find a frame for this one just because it's on a bigger count. I do like it as the pillow finish, but it is a little bit larger, so I don't know, we'll see. I was on this run, like trying to get stuff finished. Like I like that challenge that Michelle with Penny's daughter is doing. But now I'm back like, I just want to stitch. The next piece I finished is the Milk and Cream Company. And I'm sorry I didn't take these out of the plastic, but you've seen them several times. I am so excited about this one. I had posted my finishes on my Instagram account, and somebody had commented like, wow, that's like amazing. You finished 3 things in a week. Like, that's great. And I was like, yeah, but you don't know when I started them. This one I didn't look it up, but I feel confident it's been 2 years since I started this one. But I love it. So last time what I had left was these 2 hills. They were outlined, and these 2 hills. So I filled those in, and I did all of the word box across the bottom. And I just want to tell you, it is so satisfying to put that last stitch in. And I love it. I did use the called for DMC colors for the most of it, I think. I may have the barn colors might be a little off. I can't remember. I know I changed the colors in the dress because her dress was originally red and green, and I didn't want it. It looked a little like Christmas dressy to me. I wanted some blue in it. So I did change her dress color. But I'm very happy with how this turned out. And I think I may just order a frame from, I want to try that Arch frame that everybody's using. I know Chris, the Camping Stitcher, I think that's who she uses. I had sent her a message because her frames are always beautiful. She frames her own stuff and it's stunning, is all I can say. So I might try to frame that one myself. I have framed some stuff myself before and, you know, it looks okay. Nothing's falling apart yet. Now I'm going to talk about haul. And I am going to try to pull these out of the packages. I'm sorry I didn't do it before because I don't know what I was thinking. This one, I already have the chart from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. All these little samplers that she's doing. I love this series. I have the bigger version of this and I absolutely love it. But I want to say, yeah, she uses MPI silks are what she uses. I don't know that I want to invest, because it's a lot of colors for the bigger one, in that much MPI. I haven't ever used MPI, so I'm not opposed to it, but I went ahead and for the little one, I ordered the DMC. So I'm going to do the little one in DMC and see how similar it looks, because I really like the cover of the other. And if it's just way off, I mean, it's still going to be pretty, but if it's way off, I might, for the larger one, go ahead and invest in the MPIs, because it's beautiful. If you haven't seen the big one, look up Rose Garden from the Heart. It is absolutely stunning. And I did get a piece of 36 count gray linen from Week Style Works to do it on. So these are, you know, they look kind of bright, some of them, but on this, I think it's going to be really pretty. So we'll see. I would like to get that started. I have that and one other one, if I can reach it in a minute. I'll show you when I get to plans that I would like to do. These I'm not going to take out of the package because I'm sure you've all seen them. But when I first got back into cross stitch, one of the first things that I saw, like, it was on like everybody's whip parades, and it was, people were finishing them up, and I don't know when these came out. I mean, they've been out 2017, I think is, yeah, the copyright on them. But I was like, I have got to do those. And here it is, like several years later, and I never ordered, and I was like, okay, I'm ordering those. So as soon as Brenda Gervais opened her shop back up, I ordered the Schoolhouse series, Summer Schoolhouse series is what it's called. So this is the first one. I went ahead and ordered all 4. I want to say that I know Sherry Colorado Cross Stitcher has done these. Carol Saltbox has done I mean, everybody's done them. Everybody but Laurel has done these. They are stitched, I think, 1/1 on 28 count mushroom Lugana. So I can get that. And I mean, just look, just cute. Okay, so I got those. I don't think I had this last time. I'm not sure. At Home, also Brenda Gervais. Apparently, I feel like I need to buy all her stuff right now. There are 2 other ones that are older also, but they're little. They're like little. One has like a little woman. Like each one has 4 in it. I can't remember the name of them, but you'll see those soon because that's probably in my next group of ordering. But this is At Home. Several people have started this. I know Chris the Camping Stitcher is just going hog wild on hers. But it's beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. It's big, but you know, I'm in that phase right now. I want to start all my big stuff. Like, I don't feel like, I mean, I like having the accomplishment of finish something small, but I have a ton of big stuff that I want to do, and it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. I'm feeling very inspired. Like I said, Pumpkin Hollow quits. Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. I need to slow down. She and some of her friends have started some stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I want to start some stuff too. You cannot finish till you start. That's one of my hashtags. Can't finish till you start. So if I want to finish that one day, I need to start it one day. This one, again, I don't think I showed this last time. Now, if you've been watching me, you know I have some love for some English paper piecing. Hexies, this like combines so many things. I think that this is going to be my August cross stitch camp project. I did have something else picked out. I was going to do Biscornu, but I love this. And this process, even though I have done English paper piecing before, this process to me, I feel like is new because it's with cross stitch. I did go ahead and order the wool felt from the company that she lists on the pattern. She is going to do a finishing tutorial, but I do not think it is up on her FLOSSTUBE yet. But she gives really good tutorials, so I did order, I have the floss and the fabric coming. I think it'll be here Monday maybe. So I'm very, very excited about that. A while back, I had ordered a piece of earth linen by Fiber on a Whim. I'm pretty sure it was linen. I'm gonna have to get it back out and see. But I did order that, and I had said I was trying to think of something to do on it. So I had this piece on my wish list. I'm sorry. On my wish list. And I think this is what I'm going to stitch on it. It's a very dark brown color, and I think I'm going to do this in cream. This is by Autumn Lane. It's called Lovebirds. And this came out, you know, a couple, like, I think markets ago. I love it. I think it's super cute. Everything's super cute. Okay, so that's all of my, or not all of my cross stitch, but all my cross stitch like haul. My plans for cross stitch, I would like to work on my Wildflowers piece by Kathy Barrick. That is on my list since I have finished my focus piece for this month. I've finished my Whip Go pieces till the next numbers are drawn. So I feel like I would like to get back to that. I would like to start the Little Rose sampler by From the Heart. And I also, sorry, I gotta reach. Apparently I'm not very well prepared. I also want to start this Try to Mark Well by the Scarlet House. I went and got the DMCs, and I would like to start this one. It's been on my list for a while. So that's kind of what I have as far as cross stitch. So I'm going to move over to quilting now. So if you're not interested in quilting, I will see you probably in a couple weeks. I try to film every 2 weeks, but like I said, it worked out fine for me to stretch this to 3 weeks. So we'll just kind of see what happens. But if you are not interested in quilting, like I said, that's what I'm going to move on to now. I do hope you will stay, even if you're not a quilter. Like I said before, it might be something that you see that, you know, a color palette or something speaks to you, or maybe you want to get into quilting and you just want to see a little bit of something. I don't have a ton of quilting to show you, so it's not going to be, you know, it's only going to be a few more minutes if you want to hang out with me. So I'm going to go with haul because that's what I start in my quilting with. I go from cross stitch haul to quilting haul. I did order some more royal white and blue fabric because I have several pieces going, and I thought this would be really good for some of my pieces. You'll see those in a second. This is the ruler that I talked about in the last video that I ordered. It's the 60-degree diamond ruler by Creative Grids. This is for, I can't remember the name of the pattern, but I showed it in the last video. So I went ahead and bought it. And I know there are several other patterns that Krista Moser, I think I'm saying that right, uses this ruler. So I know I will use it multiple times. So I did order that. And me and my friends, we were talking about some pattern. I don't even remember what it was, but it was something to do with laundry basket quilts. So I went online and I put in like laundry basket quilts on some website. and this came up. I'd never seen this before, was not on my radar, had no intention, but there it was, so I ordered it. Turtles. I mean, is that not cute? Now, I'm not a turtle person, but a turtle on a quilt, I love a turtle on a quilt. I don't know why. So this fabric line that she used is Blue Escape, and you can just find little bits and pieces of it now, but I'm sure she has another blue collection that I could use. So I don't know if I'll do the whole thing or if I'll just do some of the turtles and put them together in a different formation, but I do love it. Okay, so I have just a couple things that I've worked on. I have not done a lot of quilting over the last few weeks. I had intentions of starting my niece's quilt, and that was going to be what I focused on this month, but again, lies, just lies. So, again, it's just, you know, it just depends on what's going on in life. You know, my husband, like I said before, he has been working ridiculous hours. My son works a lot. Like, the dogs, like right now, one of the dogs is in there just crying like nobody's business because I'm in here and she's not getting attention. So I'm going to have to hurry up so I can go take care of her. But it's just easier to do my stitching in the living room, keep an eye on the dogs, versus coming in here and getting some quilting done. I am still working on my Tula Nova. I didn't bring the pattern, but you've seen it. I am doing the next row, and this is just folded down. I mean, this will be up, but this is going to be my next row. These are going to alternate, and I thought this piece that I bought, sorry, got stuff falling everywhere. This piece that I bought may wind up in this one, or it may wind up in one of the other pieces. I'm not sure, but I need to take this with me to a quilt store and get some more coordinating fabrics. Because after I get done with this row, there's going to be rows of the big stars around it, and I think they have blue around it, and I need another blue that coordinates with this one. But I haven't been to a quilt store in forever, which is really sad. It's really sad. I bet they miss me. The next thing I worked on, I've been wanting to start forever. Everybody is doing this as a stitch along, quilt along. Fat Quarter Shop is doing it. The writer of the book, she has one going on her social media sites. Me and my friends were doing, you know, kind of doing this one, kind of doing another one as our year-long quilt along. I'm behind on both of them, and I just started this one. It's July. Ridiculous. But this is the block I started with. So the way it's set up in the book, you do the biggest blocks first, and then you go down to the smallest blocks. So I just randomly picked a block somewhere in the middle. I didn't want to do the biggest one. I didn't want to do the smallest one. I just wanted to get a block done to make sure I liked the combination of the fabrics that I bought, which I know it would. So I picked block 5, which is this one. Well, lo and behold, there's a Facebook group. They're also doing block 5. So I feel like, you know, I could trick myself and say I'm caught up, even though I've only done one block. There are 2 of each block in the quilt. I do have the other one cut out and like halfway sewn together. But this is what it will look like. And I love this. It's going to be so pretty. So pretty. So I do wish, and I probably could have done this had I thought about it, but I didn't. I wish that this was cut as one big square. You can see it's not. This is pieced right there. If I had really looked at it, I could have figured it out and done it that way where it would have just been one block, but it's okay. I still love it. So I am going to get some like grunge pieces in these shades to help fill in, because I have a fat quarter bundle, but it's not going to be enough to do the whole quilt. So I'm going to have to add some to it. So, like I said, I haven't been to a quilt store in a while. Saturdays are busy and there's just not enough time in the day to get some stuff done. So maybe, you know, before next video, I might make it, I might not. But again, these are for me. It's not like these are like any kind of deadline. They're just, you know, here for enjoyment for me. So hopefully I'll have some more quilting to show you in the next video. If you are quilting anything that I am or stitching anything that I am, I do have a hashtag that hashtag that I started, which is Stitching with the Nerd. So if there's anything that we are working on that's like, I would love it if you use that hashtag so I could get some inspiration from you. I am looking to start collecting my fabric and my floss for my back to school piece. If you watch Lauren, the New Hampshire stitcher, she is doing a back to school stitch along it starts in August, I think, maybe September. I don't even remember now. Anyway, I have started looking for those pieces. I haven't narrowed down to 2, so it really kind of depends right now which one I can find the right linen for, because I'm having a hard time finding linen that's big enough because they're both super big pieces. So again, that's all I have for today. I really appreciate you coming. It is normally a little bit longer, but I've got a ton of stuff to do today, so I'm sorry I kind of rushed through everything. But I'll be back, like I said, in a couple weeks, hopefully with some more stuff to show you. I will list my Instagrams down below if you're interested in following me on social media. I do have separate ones for quilting and cross stitch, so that if you only are interested in one, it gives you an option to not have stuff come up in your feed that you don't really like. Again, all my new subscribers, love it that you have come. I hope you've seen something that has inspired you or makes you want to come back. If you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button below. You can click the notification bell if you would like notifications every time I post. You also have the option, if you just want to save me because you might want to watch me again, just hit subscribe. You don't have to hit the notification bell, and that way I'm in your list of subscriptions in case you're interested in coming back at some point. So I hope you get lots of stitching done, hope you get lots of quilting done, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye, guys.